in association with proud sponsors CYC, Suffolk Metals, BBE, Britannia Boxing, Red Square Boxing, Red Square Vodka, and Tex Boxing to 80012. And now, fight fans, this is your main event, 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the light middleweight 11 stone championship of Great Britain. Introducing to you firstly, in the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with silver trim, he fights out of Droylsden and weighs in at 10 stone, 13 pounds and 4 ounces. He enters the ring with 20 wins, 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout, against only 3 defeats and a single draw. Please welcome Prince Arron. We go across the ring to his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He fights out of the Isle of Dogs and weighs in at 10 stone, 13 pounds and 8 ounces. He enters the ring with 17 wins, 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout against a single defeat. Tonight, he makes the second defense of his title. Allow me to introduce your reigning light middleweight champion of Great Britain, Slamming Sammy Webb. Boxers, please.
Okay, guys, you've had instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch them. Touch gloves.
So we're ready for what should be a fascinating clash of styles. Will the experience and the boxing skills of the champion see him home? Or will the range and the reach and the height and the youth of 23-year-old Prince Arron, 7 years younger than the champion, prevail on what should be a fascinating night of British title boxing? We're underway. Prince Arron certainly will look to keep it long, use those natural advantages, so it'll be up to Webb to try and get inside and mix it up a little bit.
Well, Webb's early tactics on the move is slow. He wants to maybe fight in little bursts, stay out of range, but then just come in, get the punches off and then back out again, maybe until the pace slows a little bit. He's going to have to be careful not to burn up too much energy, not really producing anything with these tactics. There's a lot of head movement, upper body movement, so we'll see if it starts working.
The assumption always, Jim, is when you've got a guy that's got the height and the reach advantage, that all the advantages are in their camp. But there is a school of thought that says actually harder to punch downwards, it's easier to punch upwards, and that can work in Webb's favour.
Yeah, well, Mike Tyson certainly made a height difference a disadvantage throughout his career because he knew how to deal with it. But that's not the kind of fighter Webb is. He's very technically proved that last time out, and you can see he's thinking what he's doing. You can see he does have a fight plan that he's brought in with him. But I think he realises the long arms and the quick punches of Arron will be a real problem for him. He's not really getting any punches home himself yet.
He's been training with bean poles. They're all over 6 foot. They'd have to be.
See, I think the problem is just that we're only in the opening round, but Arron is boxing at his own pace. He's not been hassled, he's not been pressurised, and nothing that Webb has done has drawn any mistakes from him this early. So he's keeping his composure for a young man and starting pretty confidently.
Yeah, got the centre of the ring. I'm happy to stay there. And Webb happy to just sort of buzz around on the outside. Trying to bring a little bit of pressure to bear. Getting through there. Bit of a smile from the challenger as a right hand lands. This is going to be tactical and technical, isn't it? As we expected.
Yeah, well, you can see that Webb's prepared for this. You can see he's expecting problems. He knows it's not going to be easy. Put a lot of thought into the opening round. just produced one little burst and that was about it. That's better from him. So maybe not enough to split them in the opener.
The future of mobile computing starts now. The new Motorola Zoom. Powered by the latest Android technology, with lightning-fast performance, uncompromising web access, and eye-opening HD for the total entertainment experience. It's everything a tablet should be.
The jab, make him miss, make him turn. We don't want him to chuck a right hand like that, and he's trying to uppercut.
The think tank for Sam Webb doing some work, and one of the things you heard him talking about was trying to attack the body, which Webb did right at the end of that round. And I think when you've got a real tall, rangy opponent like this, the body might be a good area to attack.
Yeah, that is always the plan, because especially when it's the opponent is quick on his feet, so he can pull the head out of range but not the body. It's just kind of scouting mission from both men in the opener, so we'll see who gets the first foothold.
You just wonder about these tall guys, what their punch resistance is like around the midsection. Absolutely no padding there at all. If he gets hit in the midsection, he's going to absorb all of it.
Yeah, well, being a Bob Shannon fighter, we don't expect physical condition to be a problem, stamina or toughness. So we expect to be in great shape. Shannon has proved that over the last couple of years.
He said his career's really taken off since coming under Bob Shannon's wing, winning prize fighter. And stopping Mihaly Kotai last time out. Now, Kotai is nobody's fool. If you're stopping him, and I think indeed Arron was the first man to do that, then you're clearly stepping up your power. I mean, as I said earlier, Jim, he's kind of growing into his body a little bit now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's becoming more confident. As I said, he has the physical advantages, but he's beginning to learn now how to use them. Some decent work from Webb here. He's trying to get 2 and 3 punches out together, but really knows big problems to be solved out here tonight. Arron probing with the jab, but not really landing anything. It was better.
There's a lot of feinting and parrying going on. And you just catch yourself watching Sam Webb's head, the lateral movement that's going on there at the moment.
See, I think Webb's going to have to bring his right hand into play. You know, throw a couple of punches on the way in. I think he's trying to get close and then punch. I think Webb's going to have to punch as he moves forward. And Arron's going to have to do pretty much what he's been doing, just try to time the jabs as Webb comes forward. Good technical stuff here, a bit better from Webb, I feel. Beginning to impose himself, get some more punches off, look that little bit busier.
Yeah, Webb.
First signs that the experience of Webb may be showing itself.
Well, we saw this in his defence against Martin Conception. He just bamboozled him, didn't he? And in the end, just down psychologically as much as anything.
Yeah, he looked as though he was happy to win a punch. Now, this is good from Webb. He's putting punches together, and that's the first thing you have to do with this kind of opponent. Single shots, no.
Good little flurry there from Webb. And in contrast, Arron looking reluctant at the moment to throw too many punches. Get a clean shot at the moment is proving very difficult for the challenger.
Well, what I have noticed, when Webb lands some punches, Arron with pride and a little bit of match, he wants to come straight back at a lovely shot. This is good stuff from Webb. Well, Webb quite pleased with himself in that round, so he should be.
Carling are offering you your perfect pint. You can have it wherever, whenever, and however you like. Tell Carling what it is, and if they like it, if they really, really like it, they can make it happen. Like this. Isn't that right, boys? Yeah. And there's millions more prizes to give away to make your pint even more perfect. Just buy a can or a pint of Carling for your chance to win. Cheers!
When old duff shots like that at the end, Right,
You know what I'm saying? You learn different ways.
Shannon going to work on his man, Prince Arron, who got caught a little bit at the end of that last round.
Yeah, well, Webb using his imagination, using his technique. I mean, technically, he's very, very good, Webb. He's an old-school fighter who's learned all the tricks, and I thought the experience he has began to show itself in the second round.
Round 3, and in that last 1 minute interval, Bob Shannon, the trainer of Prince Arron, was saying, work behind your jab. I mean, that is the huge natural advantage that Prince Arron has here. He's got to make it work for him.
See, what I have noticed, when Webb lands a punch or a little burst, Arron wants to come straight back at him immediately. That's a little bit of a weakness. Sometimes, you know, you can expose yourself. So maybe just if you get caught with a couple of shots, just get your head cool again and then come back. So that's something that Webb could capitalise on.
Yeah, this is clever from Webb. He's dragging Arron into the kind of boxing match that he wants him into. He's getting him out of his rhythm, getting him away, as you say, Jim, from what he does well. And that's half the battle half the time.
Well, the plan is to force opponents to lead. Don't wait until they're ready to lead. If you want to counter, feint at them, cause them to lead when they're not all 100% ready to do so, then you'll counter them easier. And we're seeing some good technique from Webb at the moment. Not an awful lot of big dramatic punches being landed, but good technique from the champion. Cheeky stuff now.
Oh, look how low his hands are, and he still isn't getting hit. He's daring Arron to just unload on him, and Arron won't do it because there's so much body movement. His head's bobbing around all over the place, and Arron doesn't quite know where he's going at the moment. He's throwing punches at shadows.
See, Arron knows what Webb's trying to con him into, so he's trying to come up with something else, but this really is good stuff from Webb. You can appreciate it. It's not dramatic in the slightest, but you can appreciate really good technique like this. A few more punches landed, of course, it would be better.
That's what you've got to like about Sam Webb. You heard Jamie Moore talk about it in the studio. He's such a thinking man's boxer. He messes with your mind as much as anything else.
Yeah, well, that's what he's doing here. I mean, Arron wants to throw punches but can't really decide when to throw them or how much snap to put into them. So he's halfway moving back as he throws the punches, so there's no sting in them. Arron's going to have to step in with some shots. He's just, believe it or not, he's been all manned out of this. There's a 7 years difference in their age, and is looking that at the moment, although not 7 years in experience.
He's growing in confidence with every passing second here, Sam Webb. And Prince Arron, in contrast, has got a bit of a furrow in the brow at the moment. What's going on? How do I work this out? We thought it would be the other way, that the problems would be Webb trying to work this fella out. It's the other way at the moment as Webb looks to unload at the end of this round.
Yeah, I thought Arron would have won the early rounds and then Webb would be clawing back, but that's not the case. Terrific round for Webb.
The future of mobile computing starts now. The new Motorola Zoom. Powered by the latest Android technology, with lightning-fast performance, uncompromising web access, and eye-opening HD for the total entertainment experience. It's everything a tablet should be.
Jab right hand, push him off, don't load up with it.
Well, Bob Shannon in Prince Arron's corner was just saying, you've got to start unloading on these jabs, and you've got to start doing it now, because at the moment, Arron is just not landing anything, and he's got to start stepping the game up a little bit.
I think Webb complaining about the heat in the corner there. It is very, very warm in here. Hope it doesn't have a factor, but his corner are saying that this is warm for him. Get on with it.
Yeah, through those first 3 rounds, you just get the sense that Webb is just flowing at the moment, that this is going exactly as it was planned, exactly as they drew it up in training. And Arron, in contrast, is trying to work out what's going on right now.
There's a lot of movement in what Webb is doing. That's another reason he'll be feeling the temperature rising in here. So he just has to be careful. If you're using up that much steam, you want to be winning the rounds. I have him winning the last 2, which is a better start for Webb than I expected. just a little bit cautious, Arron. He knows what's expected, he knows what he wants to do, but he can't pin this fellow down.
He's having real trouble working this out. And you can sense it from the fact that he's almost reluctant to pull the trigger on that jab. Just looking for the opening, looking to try and make something happen, but he knows that there's so much movement going on with Webb. There's a very good chance if he throws it, it's going to land on thin air.
Yeah, and he knows if he commits himself and makes a mistake, that was a little bit better. He knows he's going to be punished for it. So it's a catch-22 situation. There's a good little response from Webb there.
Yeah, terrific.
So clever, he's smiling now.
And a bit of verbals going on in there as well, not for the first time.
Yeah, some mind games now from Webb. Produces good work and then makes sure Arron appreciates it and knows about it.
He's clever, there's no question about it. He's a very, very smart thinking boxer. That was decent little left hook came in from Prince Arron there. Got in first. Hasn't happened too often for him.
He's trying to lead off now as he tried to come forward there, but all these little feints that are so important, just keeping him off balance. But still using up a fair bit of steam in what he's doing, Webb.
And this cagey, technical little cat and mouse battle going on. This is a little bit better though for Prince Arron. It's a very good point you make though, Jim. There's a lot of energy being expended by Sam Webb.
Yeah, but it's non-stop movement as a matter of fact, whereas Arron is pretty steady. Just punching when he wants to punch. Not a great work rate from him. He's a little bit tense, Arron, which also takes a little bit of energy, but I think the heat in here tonight could have a bearing on in the later rounds.
Get the TV Excellence package tonight to see girls like me. It's the best value adult package on Sky for less than £5 per week. Call 0871 271 6869.
5 times the action, 5 times the excitement. Yeah! It's the best of the 5.
This is how we do it.
Fast and Furious 5.
Just really go that jab right down the middle with the right hand. And when he comes in...
Not too much success for this corner so far through this British light middleweight title fight.
Nah, still a lot of clever stuff coming from Webb. That constant movement. So he'll want to keep these tactics going as long as they last. He'll be happy with what's taken place so far.
Round 5. I was looking in the Webb corner when you were just talking there, Jim, and he is blowing hard. He really is sucking up that air.
Yeah, and he was complaining about the heat at the end of the previous round. Oh, good right hand from Arron. He's hot! He's hot!
Got it. Definitely going all over the place, out of nowhere.
He's not going to recover from that. The legs have gone. This fight is over. This fight is over. Look at the legs.
Giving him every chance.
There is nothing in those legs.
And Arron, one big punch away from taking this title, and Webb desperately trying to hang on. And he's come back with a big right of his own, but Arron closes in again and won't let him off the hook. Now, can Webb survive?
I can't believe Webb is still in there.
He's in trouble again, and Victor Loughlin's taking another look. And he's ducked inside again, and Arron can't find a shot, but now the right uppercut goes in. Webb takes it again, and another big right hand from Arron. And this is clinical from Arron, but he can't put Webb back on the floor, but how much more can he take?
Arron knows there's no power in what Webb has. He's gone!
He's gone completely. What is keeping him up? And Victor Loughlin surely has got to step in. Those legs have turned to rubber.
That is not a knockdown, though. He pushed him over. But look at this days, and he has nothing left.
He's completely gone. And another right uppercut, and Victor Loughlin's got to think very seriously about this. He's in real distress there, Sam Webb. But what gutsiness, and is he coming out of it? He's drawing his man on, he's talking to him, and Arron is taking his time.
Arron may be blowing a little bit himself now, but really you don't want to let a chance of this go. There's still more than a minute left.
His cornermen are screaming at Prince Arron, get in there, finish the job.
His legs are gone, he cannot generate powerful punches, you've got to take chances here. Arron has to go for this, but I think he's maybe blown himself a little bit.
And Webb, if he can just get to the end of this round, if he can hear the bell, maybe he's got a chance. Has Arron let him off the hook?
But can he come back from this? The legs are gone. I do not know what's keeping him on his feet. Unbelievable. The Webb is still standing there.
He's trying to work those legs. He's trying to get some life back in him, and Arron lands another right hand.
You feel that one clean punch from Prince Arron will finish this. Lots of referees would have stepped in by now. But maybe as it wears on, head towards the bell, Victor Loughlin has done the right thing, leaving him in there. A title's at stake, remember.
And he's finishing the round strongly as well. But Arron looks at him as if to say, your time is running out. But how did Sam Webb get through that round? He took severe punishment. The legs turned to rubber. And yet Arron could not put him away.
But the big question is, can he possibly come back from that? The punishment he took has a lasting effect. I do not believe he can come back from this. For almost the whole of that round, he looked like one clean punch away from knockout defeat. Stayed on his feet through this onslaught, although he was on the floor. Actually, when he was on the floor, I thought the fight was over then. Do you look at the legs here? There's nothing in those legs. Just to the floor. At that point, I was sure the fight was over. He couldn't even pull himself back up off the floor. Don't ask me how Webb is still in this fight.
And apologies if a bit of language slipped through there, but emotions running high in that ring right now. Sam Webb, his hold on his British light middleweight title was hanging by a thread. What has that minute done for him? Has Prince Arron let him off the hook?
I scored the round 10-8, but the watch was a cause for scoring that 10-7. It was so much dominated by Arron, plus the knockdown. Webb's coming back.
And now the mind games are going the other way as Arron shakes his head and laughs and says, you can't hurt me. And Webb is drawing on some reserves from somewhere here, goodness knows where.
Well, the fact that Webb is at the beginning of his career as opposed to the end of it, maybe the freshness, the fact that he's not been in any wars. But, I mean, it's amazing how he's recovered from that. Did not see that happening.
And it's not like Arron was just bombing away without any regard for where the punches were going. He was trying to really pick him off through that last round. He was very controlled in his assault. But Webb covered up, defended well. And has he weathered the storm? Or is Arron one big right hand away from turning it all upside down? Gets him with the left as Webb is now more wide open.
Well, the legs are looking strong again from Webb. This is amazing he's come back like this. Amazing. Has Arron blown himself out? Body shots, which are important.
Another body shot, another big right cross to the midsection.
Well, could that be the round where Prince Arron lost the fight because he used up so much steam? Surely not. But what an incredible comeback from Webb.
You take your hat off to Webb. I think Arron's in control of this one, Jim. I think he's still very much within his game. You look at the eyes, you look at the body language, but I think he must be amazed, surely, at this comeback from Webb. This is incredible stuff.
Well, Webb is taking the play away from him at a point where you thought he would be pressing home his advantage. He hasn't been able to do that.
Good uppercut with a left following from the challenger. And Webb's getting caught more often as he takes a few risks. And every time he lands, though, Arron almost smiles at him and says, come on. The mind game's continuing, but it's flipped the other way. But the work rate from Webb in this round is fantastic. He's taking the round on work rate.
Well, I was appreciating the skills in this one, but I thought there was a little bit of drama missing. I certainly can't say that now. That was one of the most exciting rounds I've seen in a long time.
Well, as the fog cleared from the head of the champion, that was not a bad round at all when you consider the distress he was in just 3 minutes earlier. That's unbelievable.
You've got to push him like that. Look at me, round 6. There's 7 rounds left. Push him from the very
what a
first.
credit.
Empty the tank. Empty the tank.
You know, to the condition that he has. I mean, that was a huge round for Arron. That's why I said you could have been tempted to score at 10-7. I scored at 10-8 for the dominance and the knockdown. But Webb comes straight back at him. Now there's a good shot from Arron. Didn't produce too many of those in that round. I think it was outworked again. A tremendous effort. Unbelievable that Webb can come back like that.
Down the middle. Right, he's got to fall onto it all the time. His legs are still gone.
Working. Look for the birds. Go. Don't let him. Don't wait.
Well, we thought this was going to be a good one. It's living up to the billing. And we're only halfway through. What is Sam Webb still doing there? He was gone. And you've got to give this referee, Victor Loughlin, some credit as well, because a lot of referees would have stepped in there. He gave the champion a chance. And look what he's doing with that second chance.
Yeah, but I think the fact that Webb kept his hands up high, trying to block the shot, has got a lot of referees would have stepped in there.
And Webb is trying to grab this initiative back. At the back of Prince Arron's mind, he's thinking, I've hit him with everything. I've turned his legs to jelly, and I can't get rid of him. If that starts playing in the back of his mind, he could be in trouble.
Well, he's still looking confident. His boxing still holding it together well. And at least now he knows it is the power in single punches to put this fellow in serious trouble.
Good. Left uppercut comes in again. Webb took it well. But how many more of those can he take?
Webb just not getting close in this round.
Well, it's become Arron's fight now, hasn't it? This is what we were expecting from the start, with the tall, rangy man picking him off at range.
Yeah, well, Webb is trying to trade jabs now, which I don't know if that's a great idea.
Getting through, though. Big right hand got through. And he switched it downstairs as well. Working and hustling away there, the champion. He is not going to give this belt up lightly. Arron is going to have to win it.
He must be in fantastic condition, Webb, to come back from that and produce this kind of boxing at this pace.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. I mean, both these fellas in their careers have had to climb off the floor to win, so we know they're tough. We know they've got the heart to be a champion. But there's not many boxers in the state that Sam Webb was in that could come back like this.
Yeah, and he's having another decent round here, Webb.
Good right hand again, but Webb's taken it. He was backing up as it landed. But the legs are looking a bit wobbly again.
I think Arron's looking for power again. But maybe volume would be more like it, and just wait for the power to come. He's winding up his punches, maybe just been outworked a little bit.
Yeah, the legs look okay again for Webb. There was just a little wobble there, but he looks like he's weathered another storm as he walks onto a right uppercut on the bell. Well, fantastic stuff here in our studio, though. Jamie Moore, how are you seeing this one, Jamie?
Oh, what a fantastic fight this is. You know, that fifth round was something else. Started off a little bit slow, but you know, I think Sam Webb did fantastic to recover from that knockdown. It was a heavy knockdown. Victor Loughlin deserves a lot of respect for letting the fight go on, you know, because we complain about too much, you know, fights getting stopped early, and he's gave the champion a chance to get through it, which he has done. You know, he's in the balance again. You know, me and Ryan were saying before the fight, it's a 50-50 fight. Sam Webb's came through that crisis. And you know, Prince Arron, I think he's still one clean punch away from having Webb in trouble again. But you know, what a fantastic contest it's turned out to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jamie. As we look at the stats, Arron landing more punches, but only marginally.
Yeah, but we have to remember so many of those punches and the stats were in the 5th round.
Who'd have believed this after that 5th round, that it's really too close to call right now. Webb has got to try and get inside, mix it up a little bit. He doesn't want to be on the end of those jabs. And Arron is scoring freely with that left jab now. Let's see if there's another one of those left turned into uppercut this time.
Uppercut, that's what hurt him in the previous round. That punch is working for Arron. I don't think Webb sees it coming. He's expecting the jab, he doesn't see the uppercut.
Yeah, the clever stuff's coming from Prince Arron here, doing all the damage with the left. And Jamie Moore thinks one more big right hand will do it. I wonder if he's setting it up here.
Yeah, walking onto punches a bit more often now, Webb.
Not having much success in this round either. I mean, his heart has got him back into this thing and he's keeping him in it, but right now, I wonder if the body and the fatigue are starting to be felt by Sam Webb.
Well, his legs are strong again. He's trying to force things, but not finding the accuracy. There's that right hand from Arron again.
Getting inside again. But Arron's able to tie him up. Webb not able to do too much damage. In terms of just scoring, I mean, it's not the most dramatic round, but in terms of the scorecard, this is as good a round as Prince Arron's had for a while. He's pretty much boxing comfortably at the moment, although Webb, as you say that, tries to make something happen again.
Yeah, Webb's not timing his attacks as well now. A lot of his punches going round behind Arron. Now he's been clipped with counters, and it's noticeable now every time Arron lands cleanly, there's a reaction in Webb. Arron seems able to take Webb's power, but not the other way around. He's backing off now, pushed back onto his heels again.
Got in with the little left. The right was blocked, but the left followed up from Sam Webb, and then switched to the body, and that's given Arron something to think about.
Arron trying to come back with the...
Now there's some blood, there's some blood, there's a cut. Now was that a clash of heads? It's high on the forehead of the champion, but he still piles on regardless. And now he's backing Arron up. Well, Arron did a lot of good work through most of that round, but inevitably it was Webb who finished it on top. You just can't keep him down.
Slow down.
And they've got to go to work on that cut. And Mick Williamson will earn his money now, and not for the first time. Mick Williamson looking to sort out the damage.
It's a tiny
it's not in a serious place, thankfully, but the last time I saw Webb cut against Anthony Small, that's when he actually started turning it on. He was struggling up to that point. He'd been cut, made him a different fighter. Well, I don't know if that'll be the case here, but this, he's come through some crises tonight.
He was close to being stopped on cuts against Anthony Small, and he said Mick Williamson, his cut man, saved his career. Well, there's all sorts of stuff going on there. Was there an elbow from Arron that did that? There's...
No, so you can just see the blood coming down
just
then,
a stray elbow, completely accidental. Round 9. Sam Webb defending his British light middleweight title for the second time against this up-and-coming hot prospect from Droylsden in Manchester, Prince Arron, a prize fighter winner, looking to step up to domestic champion. Good right hand again.
Now, that should be a knockdown. The referee did not call break. He said, don't hold. He did not call break. So Arron was quite at liberty to throw that punch. If the referee calls break, then you can't throw, but all he said was don't hold.
Well, Webb lucky there, because that will not be scored a knockdown by the judges because of that decision.
But again, I said in the previous round, every time Arron lands cleanly, you know, there's a result. You know, you see the effect of the shot on Webb, and there we saw it again.
Yeah, he's feeling it, isn't he? He's feeling the pressure, he's feeling the pace, and he's feeling the accumulative effect of these shots.
I think the fight's turning against him, Nick.
It is, there's no question about it. When you've got a heart as big as Sam Webb, you're never going to count him out. Another right hand. Webb takes it.
See, the punches he's taken up to this point, I think every one is just another, you know, little reminder, just adds on to the accumulative effect. I mean, his punch resistance certainly cannot be faulted, but it's just the accumulation of so many big punches he's been asked to take.
There's another right hand that forces him to dip, and then there's the body shot, and Arron stalks his man and looks for the finish again.
Well, he must pick his punches here. Don't waste anything.
And I don't know that Victor Loughlin's going to be that generous a second time. Webb manages to hold to buy a few seconds, but it's survival time again for the champion.
And every clean punch is having an effect on Sam Webb. His legs looking shaky again, so there's no snap in his punches. It's Prince Arron time here again.
And he's happy to take his time as well. Another right hand is partially blocked. And Webb comes back, throwing punches of his own. But you're so right, Jim. It doesn't look like Webb can hurt Arron at the moment.
And the speed of the reflexes are not with Webb now. He's taking the full force of the punch. The punches he was slipping are partly riding. He's taking them flush now, and every one is troubling him.
But still he's there, and still Arron looks to close him down and land the shot that will finally put this fella away, if that is ever going to come. Because Sam Webb has taken some serious punishment tonight and keeps coming back for more.
Can he drag another recovery? Will 1 minute at the end of this round be enough to drag out another recovery from him?
You don't pick it up, I'm going to pull you out. Look at me. Do you want me to pull you out? No. Then why are you fucking walking back? Hands up there, look at that. You just walk towards him. Look at me, look at me. There's nothing left in your legs. You've got 3 rounds left. It's dead level on the scorecards.
Apologies for any
look at me.
Language that may be coming out of there. I'm sure people can appreciate the emotion that's going on.
Well, there was a punch. Now, the referee called don't hold. He did not call break, so I think that was a legal knockdown. So Sam Webb, very, very fortunate, because that would have been another 10 round, which he certainly can't use. But every time he's caught cleanly now, it's just the accumulation of the punishment that he's been forced to take is having its effect. Then the legs dipped again, almost another knockdown. Arron, the only dominant fighter at any stage in this fight has been Prince Arron, and it looks as though the fight is his now.
He's boxing a smart fight here, Prince Arron. He's not wasting his energy on a windmill assault. He's still picking his shots, but still the champion is there. He just will not let this belt go.
He's struggling to find the reflexes to make Arron miss and get close enough to inflict some damage himself, but they're not there. He's been pinned on the jab. The speed, the reflexes have deserted him. It's just been too hard tonight, and it's taken its toll on him. Arron has paced this beautifully.
Going to land a big right hand there, Webb, but Arron saw it coming and was able to block it. But the work rate has been stepped up again from Sam Webb, and now it's Arron's turn to look a little bit weary.
I think the clean punches so far in this round have been from Arron. Webb forcing things there, taking the jab again as he comes forward. I mean, what a defence of a British title this is, Sam Webb. He does not want to lose this title, that's for sure.
He felt that one again. You could see it in his eyes, but still he stood up, and still he's throwing punches in defiance. There is a refusal to give up from Sam Webb that you just have to admire.
The jab really working now for Prince Arron. He's happy, he's strong, he looks to have a lot left in the tank, and he's not been pressurised as he was earlier.
Well, it was those first 2 or 3 rounds when Arron looked like he didn't quite know what Sam Webb was doing, as Webb was out thinking him, outworking him. But once he landed that right hand in the 4th round, it's been a completely different fight, or 5th round, excuse me.
Yeah, and I think he's turned things around in the last few rounds. If this continues, they'll be squaring up on my card now. And as I say, it looks as though the momentum really has switched to Prince Arron.
We're in the last minute of the 10th round. Could you possibly have believed that Sam Webb would still be there when he was on the floor in that 5th round?
On the floor, the punches he took after he come off the floor.
Oh, that's solid right.
Every shot, every single shot is a big problem for Sam Webb. Still managing to absorb them.
Now he's gone back into survival mode here, as that last one really hurt him. And Arron continues just to stalk him and pick him off. That right uppercut did not connect. Well, we heard from Jamie Moore. Our other studio guest, Ryan Rhodes, has got some comments as well. Ryan, how are you seeing it?
I'm seeing it a fantastic fight. Sam Webb, I take my hat off to him. Alan Smith must have got Sam Webb in fantastic condition. From round 5, Sam's legs just haven't really been there. And I think the heat in this arena is a massive factor in this fight. Sam's head were moving constantly in the early part of that fight, and I think it's took its toll later on in this fight. But I've got to take my hat off to both fighters. They're both in fantastic condition. Sam especially with obviously the 5th round knockdown and his comeback, and it's still in the balance. The fight's still backwards and forwards. But full credit to both fighters in the condition they're both in.
Yeah, couldn't disagree with the word that Ryan Rhodes said as Prince Arron enters new territory. And Sam Webb has got 2 rounds to try and turn this thing around back in his favour, or maybe those early rounds that he put in the bank might still have him in touching distance. I mean, we haven't been thinking in terms of the judges because we've been waiting for Arron to land that one punch for seemingly forever. But and there it is again, the big right hand catches Webb, and again he comes back.
I just think the younger, stronger, fresher man is really taking this fight by the scruff of the neck now. Full credit to Prince Arron. Right hand again, and again Webb is troubled by it.
But Arron still can't find the finishing touch.
Well, I had Webb in a handy lead until the roof collapsed on his head. So I suppose it's all down to the first half of the fight.
Another right hand, and he's in trouble again. But it is going to take a wrecking ball to put this man on the floor again. It's unbelievable what's keeping Webb up. But the legs are deserting him again, and he's in trouble again.
I'm beginning to worry, Nick. I would like to see Sam Webb out of there because I do not want any lasting effects. This is the kind of fight. Even if he gets through this, here's the final bell. I'm beginning to worry about the resistance to the punches. He's still on his feet, but every punch is knocking him out of there. I don't like this. His legs are lead. He can't get any punches off. Every punch is shaking him.
He's in real distress here. And you just marvel at what is keeping this man upright and trying with every sinew he's got to try and turn this around.
I mean, you hear fighters sometimes have to be protected from themselves. Well, I've never seen courage like this in a long time. With every punch, you can see the effects right down to the ankles, but still, he wills himself on and forces himself on, but not able to produce.
It's incredible. We're hearing it from you, we're hearing it from Ryan and Jamie in the studio. Professionals who've been there and done it are just full of respect for Sam Webb, whatever the result of this fight.
Another right hand, and Webb has to back off. Every punch.
The big one.
That's just a pushover, that's a fair call.
But Webb landed the right, but the legs have gone again, but Arron took it.
I think it's caused a nosebleed. I think the punch caught him flush on the nose. But where did Webb find that shot?
But Arron absorbed it. And another right hand sees a dip at the knees. And Webb's in trouble again. And he's circling and backing up. And Prince Arron, in the last few seconds of this round, still can't find the final punch. Amazing stuff. Arron in complete control, but you're just full of admiration for Sam Webb and what he's doing.
That's what we talked about. You had him again, then.
Get him again. Come on, Arron.
We could do with another knockdown.
Arron.
Every single punch shakes him to his boots. I would say his punch resistance is gone, but you can't say that because he's still on his feet. But every punch is shaking him, taking everything away from him, as I've been saying, the accumulation. And really, I would love to have seen this fight over, because you have to worry. Tremendous punches that Sam Webb is taking in defence of this title. Everyone's shaking him to his boots. Twice he almost went on the floor in that round. He was pushed over there, but twice his legs dipped from the force of the punch. And Arron still looking so strong.
And that right hand that he landed there, just as he fell to the floor in exhaustion. He is throwing bombs in defiance. One more round to go. Arron has just surely skated away the longer this fight has gone on.
Well, I only have 1 point in it, but look at the last 4 rounds. The 10-8 round in the 5th could have been a 10-7, and I think Arron's denied a knockdown later on in the fight as well. So all those things considered, Arron could be further ahead on my card. But Webb did build up an early lead on my card, but that's been chiselled away and disappeared.
Well, we thought it'd be a good one. You always like to build them up when they look this good on paper. This hasn't matched our expectations. It's far surpassed them. It has been that good.
I mean, I cannot believe when you think of the first 2 or 3 rounds that the technical boxing we were seeing, the way this has caught fire, the drama in every single round since the 5th. Big shots again.
Can he still finish it here, Arron? And look who's coming back with a right hand of his own.
If this was a Hollywood film, Nick, you wouldn't believe it.
No, you wouldn't. Down again.
This one is a knockdown, though. It was a left uppercut, caused the knockdown.
And he's out.
Frank Maloney screaming at ringside, but I thought that was a left uppercut that caused the knockdown. Well, that puts it beyond dispute.
Yeah, if it is close, it isn't anymore. Now, can Webb get to the final bell? Can Arron finish him off? Another big left uppercut, and he's in real trouble, and Victor Loughlin's got to stop that. What a battle.
Now, what a phenomenal performance from both men, but in particular Prince Arron. We wondered, did they have the experience, did they have the talent, did they have the grit to produce a performance like this? I thought from start to finish he paced the fight beautifully, which Sam Webb didn't do, but the courage that Sam Webb showed in this fight from the 5th round onwards, I wanted to see him out of there. I'd have been delighted if he had maybe an injured eye or something, any excuse to get him out of there, because I was beginning to worry with the amount of clean shots he was taking and the effect those punches were having on him. So they're attending to him in the corner at the moment. Hopefully everything is okay, but that was so punishing a night for Sam Webb.
It really was. And Prince Arron really poured on the punishment for the second half of that fight. Goodness only knows what kept Sam Webb in there. I mean, this is a man who talked about wanting to win a Lonsdale belt outright, that would mean more to him than the chance of winning a European title. And you could see in that performance what that belt meant to him and how this must hurt to know that belt is going away with Prince Arron. But you can't take anything away from Arron. That was a very clinical job.
You certainly cannot. And everything looked as though it was going according to plan for Webb until the 5th round, and that one right hand landed seemed to take everything away from him. He got back up off the floor, and the punishment he took in that round, I think, took so much out of him for the rest of the fight. He had good rounds after that, he had good spells after that, but from that point on, every time he was caught by a clean punch, from Prince Arron, who I thought paced this fight beautifully. Every punch shook him to his boots, and as I say, it reached the stage I wanted to see this fight over. Now they're giving Sam Webb oxygen in the corner here, purely, I would imagine, as a precaution. The towel did come in, but I would have been so happy if this fight had been stopped maybe 3 rounds ago.
What a dramatic British title fight. What a night.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the belt to the winner of this contest, board representative Mick Collier, and steward in charge, Mr. Phil Lundgren. We have the time, 1 minute and 47 seconds of the 12th and final round. Your referee Victor Locken stops the contest. Webb in no position to continue. Your winner and new British light middleweight champion from Joylsden, Prince Arron.
At 23 years old, you wonder how much further he can go, but no matter what he goes on to achieve, Prince Arron, I don't think he'll ever meet a tougher opponent than that. What a night, a terrific, terrific performance. We hope that the former champion Sam Webb is going to be okay, but you've got to salute the new champ, Prince Arron.
Breathtaking, simply breathtaking, that performance. Mouths wide open from Ryan Rhodes and Jamie Moore. That was fantastic entertainment.
Unbelievable fight. You know, they're the fights what when you grow up and you say I was there at that fight, and you know what a fantastic fight. I take me out to both fighters. Sam Webb's courage was unbelievable.
For me, it was an honour to commentate on this kind of fight. I absolutely love this is why I'm in boxing. This is why I box. But I take my hat off to both these fighters. They've both got themselves into fantastic condition. Sam, I was praying for him to see that final bell, but his legs were just saying no to every punch what Prince Arron landed.
Webb still getting oxygen in the corner. Let's hope he's fine, because he deserves to get the applause of the crowd in a moment, doesn't he?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's just for precaution, like Jim said, but obviously, you know, I can't get my breath. It's an absolute fantastic achievement for Prince Arron.
Well, let's hear from Prince Arron right now, talking to Ed Robinson.
Well, Arron, British champion, an absolute thriller. Tell us how you feel.
Absolutely over the moon. You know, from day one, from getting the date, you know, I knew I could beat Sam. You know, I know they had a lot of doubters out there. You know, I know the boxing news, you know, a lot of things what you know, they ripped me off, but at the end of the day, the only people who know boxing, you know, it was Tommy and Bob, and they knew from day one that I would beat Sam Webb. And like I say, tonight I've proved it, you know, and I'm over the moon.
Hopefully Sam's okay. A word about his insane bravery this evening.
Yeah, you know, he was very brave. You know, I hit him with some big shots. He kept coming back. You know, I don't know how he took them right hands. You know, because I put people out, bigger people than him, with inspiring with big gloves on. You know, and he kept coming, but it was tiring. You know, it was a matter of, he told me to be patient, you know, and I knew that the stoppage would come. I was forcing it a little, you know. I had to sit back and try to pick my shots, and I seen the opening, I seen he was there, and you know, and once he couldn't defend himself, you know, I carried on the pressure, and the ref jumps in, and you know, hopefully he's okay. But you know, I'm over the moon with the victory, and you know, I'm so glad to be British champion now. That's what.
Trainer Bob Shannon, how proud are you of the new champion this evening?
I'm so proud of this guy, because what an inspiration is to all young fighters out there. Come out of a bad defeat, and he's come back from a bad defeat with Duddy. Come back, won the prize fighter. Now he's British champion, so I'm so proud of him, and he's an inspiration to all the fighters out there. I'd like to thank Hattons for allowing him to use the gym, by the way. Thank you so much.
Well done.